Welcome to episode 67 of Wool is the Answer on Friday, the 5th of March 2021. I'm Marie.
I'm Dominique.
Dominique's hiding behind the sign.
Here we are.
Yay.
In the third month of the... We're a quarter of the way through the year, practically, aren't we?
We are a quarter of the year.
Because by the time you get to December, you just count down to Christmas. So we're there. Let's say we're there.
Let's count down to my birthday now. That's what we're doing. Count down to my birthday. Dominique's just been making me run up and down the stairs because of things I'd forgotten.
I was going to say, I've not been making you run up and down for exercise, but we just had a conversation, and Marie went, "Oh, I forgot about that." So
went downstairs, then came back up and went, "Oh, I forgot about the other thing." Went downstairs and came back up.
Oh,
thankfully, I'm here and we're ready.
She is. Good afternoon or good morning, Victoria from Chicago.
Oh, you see, I'm just. Oh, here we go. I've got me.
And hi, Lisa. So the comments are working straight away. So that is whatever we did or didn't do, it's rectified itself. Sometimes just leaving something is that with technology, leaving it is the best thing to do.
I'm blaming YouTube. I think it was a YouTube glitch, not an.
I think it was. No, it was nothing we did or didn't do. Oh dear. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever it is, whatever time it is, wherever you are in the world.
All I can say is I'm pleased I've been doing my videos, because normally if I'd had to run, which I did, run up and down those stairs twice, like I have just done, I would have been sat here going, something's working, little baby steps.
Well, it's one of the things, because I live in a bungalow, so I don't do steps, but to get to my office at work, I've got to go up 60 steps. It's a really tall building. Yeah. Well, normally you can't breathe for a minute. I know I'm getting fitter because you're still breathing heavy because the steep steps, but I can speak when I get, not that there's anyone to speak to, but I can speak if I need to.
Little
stairs are a good indicator, I think.
Yeah, and it was funny last night. I hadn't sort of reached over my 10,000 steps yesterday, so I decided to put really cheesy. I had cheesy 70s, 80s disco music, and I danced around the kitchen and like jogged through the rooms, singing along to Diana Ross and all sorts of weirdness, Candy Staton and all sorts of things for about half an hour to get the rest of my steps in, singing at full volume. I mean, good job I've got no neighbours, that's all I can say, attached to me.
Is that because you realised a year ago this weekend we were at Centre Parks having an 80s night?
Well, I did. It was funny because I just started and I was cooking tea and I thought, well, I want to listen to some music. What do I want? 80s cheese. And then I thought, well, I quite feel like, my steps. Well, I quite feel like dancing. So off I went.
It must be this weekend every year. You just must be overtaken by a need to disco dance.
So there I was. David was up in the bath and I'm singing at the top of my voice.
Did you have your slush puppy with you?
Did I have what? No, not my slush puppy. I was singing YMCA at the top of my voice. I mean, honestly. And my dancing was much better than Mr. Trump's. I wasn't doing this. It's funny. Anyway.
Was it better than Theresa May's?
Better than Theresa May's. Yeah. So it was quite amusing. I went through all the political spectrums of different types of dancing, shall we say.
I realised you were better than all of them. That's the best way to be.
Oh, no.
Hi, Lynn. Morning, Lynn.
Hello, everybody. We're getting very international with all these different people. It's lovely for you all to join in.
I'm hoping that when we change the clocks at the end of the month, we might get Michelle, who's normally with us from Australia. But it's normally midnight, and with the clocks changing, it's 2:00 in the morning, which either that or she's just gone off us. But I'm hoping it's because of the time difference. So,
yeah, exactly. So, as you know, because I've been running up and down the stairs, I've got a few different things to show you. I've got a standby pile of things in case we run out. I see you're wearing a very nice jumper there.
Well, do you know what? Since last week, I was going to say I've not taken it off. But I've worn my Carbeth jumper and I've not worn it for months and months and months. So I thought, well, I'm going to go through my repertoire of jumpers on the podcast.
Funny you should say that. I've brought my repertoire of jumpers to show you because I thought, oh, you started your jumper, I'll bring mine. So I've got those if we sort of need to delve into them.
But I just thought, I'm going to...
Michelle is here. Yeah.
So we've got Australia and America. I was thinking which way. Australia's that way, America's that way.
Exactly. And all areas we're getting covered of the United Kingdom. So anyway, we'll stop rabbiting on about things. I've got a finished object.
Go on. I mean, what is this, third week on the trot? Oh, yes. Right. I think what you're going to have to do is that's going to have to come close and you're going to have to hold it still because you cannot see the red in that.
So can you see it there?
You can there. You can. Because that ball you showed us, it's bright red.
I am... So look how dark it is there, how bright it is. And I haven't even got to there's a pinky, you can see there, that pink.
Oh, yes.
I just started to get to that pink when I've finished. But I'm really happy with it. So it's another cowl. I think I'm just going to, I've really enjoyed making them because I don't have to really think very much now. But I think I'm going to just start putting them away in a box or something for either if I want to wear them or gifts.
Oh, I mean, they make really nice gifts.
Yeah.
I mean, a scarf makes a lovely gift, but not without meaning to sound mean, it's £25 worth of wool.
Yes.
And someone will just look and go, well, it's a scarf. Whereas a cowl, I think it's a much more affordable gift.
Yes. So I have, I've got that. So of course I had to cast on another one, didn't I? So
just going back to that, have you done exactly the same as you did last time? So the same amount of rows and...
I did exactly the same amount of rows. So I did, I just counted it out. Can't remember how much it is. I'll actually count it out and I'll tell you. I think 150.
You did 50, didn't you?
Yeah. No,
you did 5.
I did a row of 4.
No, you did.
Block. That was right.
You
40.
did 5.
40s.
40s. You did 200 rows.
100 rows.
Yes.
And that's big enough to go over my little head. And all I did was because the first time I just held it round my neck. You can see the join a little bit more in this just because of the colours.
Yeah.
Because it goes to a thing. But I mean, you're never going to see that when it's on.
Well, that's only because there's just one row of green.
Exactly. Yeah, it's the way it hit it in some way.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's so different. That looks so different depending on where you put that. You either see the bluey green or you see the purple. It's 2 cowls in one.
I'm using this one. I'm going with the green. So when I measured it, I still had 70 grams of this ball left. So I've only used 60 odd grams for the whole of that cowl-ish, 65-ish. So I've put it with neon lights, which I'd obviously started knitting something with it and pulled. Oh,
well, it was the snow starflake, wasn't it?
I mean, how different does that look?
Oh my! I mean, I do like your other one, but they're not my colours particularly. That is beautiful.
So, and I'm still on the greens at the minute. So of course it's going to go. You can see how vibrant it is. It's going to go, and I have been going from the middle, which I managed to find it straight away. I mean, what have you done to me? So look at the colours inside there.
What's that one called?
Beautiful peacock. I can't remember. You wrote it down last week.
2136. Spring has come.
Spring has come. That's right. So it is. It's like the grass green and
the beautiful blue sky that we had last weekend.
It's that peacock blue. It's really, really pretty. And then, as I say, I've got the red here, but you can see some of it. Look at that vibrant pink.
I mean, that.
I'm going to use that with a lighter colour as well and just see how that comes out.
Or coral reef.
Or coral. Yeah, I just fancy, I think lighter, something.
Yes.
I don't know, just
more spring-like.
More spring-like. So, oh, hello everybody. Yeah, so I'm really, really chuffed. So out of that, as I say, that's probably, I've got 70 grams, so I'm going to get at least another 2 cals out of that, and possibly 3 if I then use 3 colours. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you've already added the neon lights, haven't you? So
I'm hoping to get 4 cals out of that.
I think if you mix and match them, you definitely will.
Out of the, yeah, so but the green and blue is really nice. I think that would look nice on its own, you know, if you were just knitting it up on its own. I mean,
yeah, or even just with an undyed, or because most of the ones we've seen have been too darkish colours.
Yeah.
I really like that with the neon lights.
How's yours coming on?
So mine is.
So while Dominique's finds hers, don't forget that Lucy Locketland has still got 10% off with the code WITA ZZ, is it?
Yeah.
WITA ZZ.
WITAZZ, but only I think till today or tomorrow.
Right, so have a look because she's just got some more colours in. So if you want some, there's 10%.
Yeah, if you go and see Lucy Locketland on Instagram, she put a post on yesterday or the day before with all the new colours she got, and she said how many days were left of the discount code. So she's put it.
Not too much.
I mean, I have only done that much this week, but it's growing.
That's really nice.
And I was saying on at Knit Natter on Wednesday, because I was working on it, that's when I really did most of my work. I'd been desperate to get to, there's a turquoise in this. It's honestly, as soon as you mix it with a different colour, you kind of lose it. But it was such a nice turquoise that I could see coming up.
Yours seems wider than mine. What needles are you using?
I'm using
325s.
Oh, well, I'm using 375s.
Oh, right, that's why then. Because the pattern does say 3 millimetres.
It does say 3 millimetres, but I really wanted to knit on. I mean, I just love my Luca needles, and the smaller ones I think are on a project. Right. So,
but it looks lovely and drapey. That.
It's really drapey, but I really like. So I don't know if you can see, but you can really see the stripes.
Really nice.
You turn it on the reverse, and it just looks. It looks like a Monet painting or something. Yeah. It's just you don't see the stripes, and it just. I really like the reverse.
Yeah, beautiful. James just said that there's 3 more days left for Lucy's code. So
is there? I knew she'd put on. She'd said how many days she'd got left. So, but she's just got a load more in. But yeah, I just quite like the reverse because it just looks like a soft focus.
I'm going to turn mine around now. Ooh. Yeah, it like blurs it, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, maybe not Monet paintings, but do you know what I mean? Like a
impressionist
painting that's blurred.
Like when you've had a few too many pints, Dominique. You know, like this.
So just every time I pick them up and do a few rounds, you look at them again and think, well, they're not the same balls I was knitting with, because the colours just disappear. So
and I was expecting, I hadn't actually got to a repeat of the same colour. You know, when I was doing that first
card. Oh yeah, you were saying.
Because I thought, well, where's the pink? And it literally came at the end. So I thought, I haven't even done like a full cycle of it. So that just goes to show how many different colours that are going through them.
So I'm still really enjoying it. It's still nice knitting for knit and natters and things like that.
Yeah.
But it will just. I am going to do a scarf. I'll say because I like a scarf, so I'm just going to keep going.
And you just explained to people why you were sniffing your bag there.
Oh, sorry. Only because Because it's got
people who don't know thinking, what on earth is she doing?
Because it's got lavender, and I just got a waft of it.
Did look a little bit bizarre. Like, what is she doing?
So it wasn't my bag or the knitting. It was the lavender bag. And my two, I mean, I put them on last week, but my two were spring has come. So one of the balls are the same, yet look how different they look. And the other one was 2312 piano bar. I mean, they don't look like the same balls that you're using.
They're not, though. They're the new ones you bought.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, for heaven's sake. There's no way that green ball is...
Well, I just kept thinking, as I was saying that,
there's some parties that you've got that you're working on now.
They were anniversary party and garden party.
I mean, it's a good job I'm keeping on top of this. I mean, look at the mess she's getting in already.
Oh, that's because I was referring to last week's notes, trying to be efficient. Yes, garden party and
Stop it.
Anniversary party. I just kept thinking, they just do not look anything like. That's because they're completely different.
That's because they're not the same ball of wool. Amazing.
But it's just watching it on the rather around seeing them when they come through on Instagram. It's brilliant. The colours are, every time I see one I think, well, I'd never put them together, but look how nicely they're knit up.
I promise you I will update mine this weekend. I still haven't put the last one on, and I need to put this one on and the next one on, so I will do it. So yeah, sorry, I completely forgot. In fact, I'm going to make myself a note so I remember. I can't find my pen. Oh, remind me at the end. I need to make a note.
Right, I'll remind you at the end.
I'm probably the ink pen, which will not.
But I kind of feel like the crazier you can go with your contrasts, the better results you get sometimes.
Absolutely. So have you got anything else there to show us? Or
yes, I've just that had gone in. Right, so this is my jumper. Oh, I mean, it is in such a mess.
Oh my Lord. That is beautiful. Wow. 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 Wow.
It is off the needles.
That is beautiful.
It is off the needles, but as you can see,
well,
it's not really finished. It is finished, but it's not, because it needs a really good blocking and it needs everything weaving in. But I cast it off at 10 to midnight last night.
Look at the dedication you've got.
Well, it was so close, and my car's been in for an MOT today, and I just thought, just want it off the knee. So I'm not classing it as finished yet until it's blocked, and it just feels like the stitches just need evening out.
Yeah, just a gentle block. Maybe just a light steam might do it.
Yeah, maybe. Although I think it probably does need a good soak, but it doesn't need, it fits perfectly. So it doesn't need blocking for size.
It's absolutely beautiful.
I mean, I have to say, the 1.5 to 2 inches of 1x1 twisted rib.
Oh my Lord.
On the sleeves and so I got to the point where I thought, I'm ready for the rib. And I forgot it was a 1x1 twisted rib. But it looks, I'm so pleased I did. And I didn't just give in and think, no, I'm just going to do a normal rib, because it does look.
It finishes it off.
It looks so much neater. So, yes, I am. I just cannot say how happy I am. Oh, where's my, hang on, because I've been all organised. I was doing this earlier, so let's go in my book, where I'm keeping it. It was cast on the 15th of January.
Yeah.
Cast off yesterday, not quite finished. So it took me 7 weeks.
That's brilliant. When you think you've been working, you've been knitting other stuff. Oh my Lord. That's
I said I would never ever knit a 4-ply jumper. I've just knit a 4-ply jumper. It weighs 320 grams.
Oh my, look at all this technical data.
So it took 2 balls of each of the yak, but I've got 61 balls, 61 grams of that olive left, and then of the turquoise, because you do the short row shaping. You must do that in the, you just use.
Yeah, more.
And I've cast off the ribs in that as well. So not loads more. So 320, and that's the large.
That's brilliant. That's good.
So
I'm just giggling at what your mum's put.
What she put? Is that my Mother's Day present?
Don't think so. Good try though. You try every week, Pat. Every week, and it's in.
And she gets things. I had to post something the other week, and I posted her a cowl that she kept going on about. So I will be wearing it next week. It will be blocked, finished, and I shall model it next week.
Unless it's 25 degrees heat.
I don't care. I'm going to be modelling it. I don't care what the weather is. I will be modelling it.
Just hold it up against you. Those colours really suit you. Yeah, you suit those. Nice.
The yak, it's the first time I've knit with our yak. The yak was beautiful to work with. I'm really pleased I just picked 2 colours.
Yes.
I cannot believe I've knit a 4-ply jumper. I think I've given myself repetitive strain injury and I've not been able to knit this week.
And not that much of wool. Do you know what I mean? I'm surprised at that.
I'm really surprised. 320 grams for a large.
Yeah, and you'll have done it longer a bit, will you?
Yeah. So the sleeve, I mean, I'll show you next week, but the sleeves are longer than this. I mean, they're not really long, but they come just because I don't like them.
Yeah.
I've spent too many years with clothes that don't fit properly, so I always like them. And it sits just on my hips.
Nice.
So
very good. You can get us finished dimensions next week then with your technical data. I think each week we need to have a Dominique's technical data spot.
Well, I just thought I was interested to know how much how much yarn it had taken. I was surprised.
Well, we do, because we've talked about this. Because to me, like knitting a jumper or a cardigan, it's a lot of money and it's a lot of wool. So to have got it, you know, for like the height you are,
yes,
that's really good.
Well, I mean,
that's 4 balls of wool, isn't it?
If you'd done it all in one colour, you'd have done it. The size small, the size below, I think you'd have got it out of 300.
That's really good, isn't it? Because
now
call for like a lot of wool, don't
yes. And if you're using 2 colours, you're obviously going to need 4 balls. What I didn't look at was what it said you needed. It said you need for that size 1,350 meters, and I've used 4, 8, 12, 14. I've used about 1,350. So actually, I've used just slightly more because I've made it longer. So it is spot on, but it's the size down. The medium is 1,210 meters. You'd get it out of 3 balls.
Because the yak wool is that 400.
400
in it, so there's a little bit less on that than there is in the normal 4-ply, isn't it? It's 420 on a normal 4-ply.
Yes.
So that's really good then.
But I was really pleasantly surprised at how much I don't know what I'm going to do with it now. So I've got 100 grams left. I might do a hat or something to go. I might do a mose. I don't know what I want to do, but yeah, it's I like the colour so much.
You could do matching socks, and then you could have your stripy socks and your stripy jumper on at the same time.
I could do.
You could do some helical socks, or match your socks to your jumper. That'd look cool. So you can sit with your little toes looking out with your nice warm jumper on.
I could, because I could do the heels, toes and cuffs in the, I just switch it around, do that in the olive rather than the turquoise, and I'll have plenty. So, I mean, I've spoken about it every week for the last 7 weeks, but it's the Income Brass by Dani Sunshine, and I cannot recommend it highly enough. I like the neckline, it's raglan. For me, it's the perfect jumper.
I mean, you'll tell us all this next week, so I'll shut up, and then you can show us how it fits on your bust and on your arm.
I'm really surprised. It fits well. I'll show you all next week. So,
hi, Judith from Canada. I mean, we're all over the place today.
We really are. I might cast another one on. I mean,
what, in the yak or a different?
I've just enjoyed it so much. I never ever thought I'd say this about a 4-ply jumper.
You always just balk at the thought of knitting a cardigan jumper or anything bigger
in
than
4-ply, because doing a 4-ply shawl just seems to take forever. I've obviously just got quicker knitting and
used to it. Yeah.
Now I don't think anything of it. So so I have said for the last 2 or 3 weeks that has been my focus, and I have done thousands and thousands of stitches. I think I've done 80,000 stitches in the last 2 weeks.
But when you look, it is all, you're just knitting in the round and you're knitting in the round. So it's quite, you can just sit and not look, can't you, really?
Yes.
I know you're changing, but you can just sit and go for it. So that shows how quick you've got. Yeah,
but I have spent the last week waking up 3 or 4 times in the night with pains in my arms and elbows. So I have pushed myself to, I've done too much. I've hurt myself doing it.
Yeah, but with your knitting needles still in your sleeve like this, have you?
No.
Attached to them.
I think it's like giving me like tennis elbow. Honestly, the pain. But it's
repetitive strain injury from knitting.
I've really not done that much knitting.
Dominique, that's not the point of knitting. It's not a race.
I know, but when you get so close, when it's a big project, I think if I'd have stopped for a couple of weeks, I would have picked it up, but
would have taken more to get.
So I can just relax my arms a bit now. But
have you cast anything else, or have you just been frantically knitting that?
No, I've cast. What else have you got?
Right. Well, I a while ago, well, at the beginning of the year, Caroline told us about the shawl that she was doing. Can you remember, with the Christmas shawl where you threw a dice and depending on what you are? So I went to look at her website, and she was doing
it was an adventure scarf.
And it's Rhyflower's knits. And
sorry to interrupt you. I've just got, thank you ever so much, everybody. I love it, and thank you for your comments.
So she's doing a night at the movies sock patterns, and it's 12 sock patterns, and you get in the released each month. Now I've missed the first 2 because I have been busy with other stuff, but I'm going to go back to them if I can. So 1st of March I thought, right, I'm going to cast it on, and it's this month's is the Anita sock. So it's got a twisted patterned cable.
Oh, that's getting nice. It looked like lace from there.
So it's like a bit of a lace pattern and a bit of cable. So it's
a lace,
Anita, and that's from West Side Story. So that's the movie. And I'm doing it in one of the yarns that I got off my dad, which is the Fables Drops print, the pink one.
Nice.
So I've started. So it's really good, the patterns, because you can actually got the instructions for top down or bottom up. So you can choose whichever bits you want.
And you've gone toe up.
Toe up. So can you see?
That's really pretty.
It's a really pretty pattern. It's not on the soles, obviously, but then it's all the way round, and it's an afterthought heel, which I've never done before. So I'm looking.
A true afterthought heel, or do you put it on waist yarn?
No, you do put it on waist yarn, so it's not a true cutting one. So I've started that. I mean, look. That's
really pretty yarn. The green and purple in there is lovely.
They nearly match, so that's what I'm using. It's not one you can. I mean,
are you knitting from the centre of the balls?
I am. I don't know what's happened to me.
Well, you've realised the benefit of it not rolling around the floor.
You know, I don't mind knitting from the centre of the thing. It's when the ball gives up on life, when it starts to go, that I have to rewind it, and then I can go again from the middle. I can't deal with it when you're knitting and it's like all.
But it doesn't. Treat it nice and it stays stood up.
No, it doesn't. It's because I do this. You see, I just do this and then chuck it in.
That's
the bag.
not giving up on life, has it?
Oh, it does, because if I put that in my bag, it would just come out as one big smush. Oh, stop it.
And
Stop
it's
it.
still like it.
Stop it. So, yeah, I'm going to plod on with those. But, of course, I can't do this while I'm talking to somebody because it's not a massive cable lace pattern, but I need
But you have to concentrate.
concentrate on it. That's why the Zick Zack is handy just for all my other jumper that I'm still ploughing on with. So they are Anita socks, but it is part of a 12-month pattern, and it's called it's rhyflower, RHY flower knits. I don't know if I'm saying that right. And
it's the Night at the Movies collection, isn't it?
The Night at the Movies collection.
What colourways your drops?
My colourways for my drops Fable print is colour 911. What's your emergency? 911.
Is that a 4-ply?
That's a 4-ply sock yarn.
Nice.
And on the side of them, it's a superwash, so it's 75% wool, 25% polyamide, 50 grams in each ball, hence why I've got 2. And as usual on the drops, there's a little cue thing, you know, so there's a pattern that you want, if you wanted a pattern for that wool.
But you'll get...
I'll get
I mean,
4 pairs, I'll get 4 socks out of it, because, I mean, they, on that pattern, it looks like the little shorty socks, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
But when I looked on different people's, they've done them longer.
I suppose you can just keep going with the pattern repeat, can't you?
I don't particularly like my socks too long anyway. But no, I'll get another pair of socks out of that. I always do that with 100 grams. I don't know what the meterage is on this, actually. Let me just check. The meterage is 205 meters. So yeah, so for 100 grams, it's 410. So it's far off what I would normally get.
And you're just going to do it all in that? You're not going to do different heels and cuffs?
No, I'm just going to use that. I'm just going to do that and use that ball of wool up. So yeah,
nice.
It's not bad to knit with, actually. It feels more woolly than ours, but it's not too bad. I haven't been a bit squeaky fingers with it. So, and it was because Dad gave me some money, so I just bought it, and I think I got it. It was in the sale. I'm sure it was in the sale on Wool Warehouse when I had a discount code before Christmas. So I just sort of searched through and I thought, oh, it was pretty colour. I don't think I paid very much for it. I think probably it was about
drops is really inexpensive. My Mild Mania that I did in drops, that was the Drops Nepal. It's really inexpensive and I really like it to knit with.
I'm sure that those balls were under £2 in the sale. So I got them for less than a £5 for the 2. So
you're going to get a couple of pairs of socks out of that.
And it's wool, you know, bargain. So,
Sarah's saying make sure you measure properly for the afterthought heel.
Yeah, if anything, I'll go further because I'll try them on and I'll wait till it comes. I sort of know roughly on my feet where my heel needs to go, and I'll measure it with the socks. It's the easiest to do. So but yes, thanks for that tip. So they're quite nice, and looking at the 2 socks that have already gone, they're like mixtures of lacy patterns, and they're different things, but each pattern is written, so you can either do it from the toes or from the cuff. So. And
did you? You bought it as a 12 pattern collection.
Whether after I would say probably after it's been released, then she might release the separate sock patterns.
Yes.
So yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. So that's what I sort of cast on. So they're the 2 main things I've got on at the minute, as well as the jumper that I'm just slowly, but I'm not in a rush to finish that. I'm just That's just a ploddy jumper. But I haven't really got. I mean, I have got a couple of pairs of socks on the go for my dad that I just keep delving into. He's all right for his socks at the minute, so because he only wears them as bed socks, so I'm not too bothered.
So you've got one for Father's Day in June and one for his birthday in June.
Exactly.
Which are normally the same weekend.
They are normally the same weekend, and normally he's at a wolf show with us, isn't he? This year, he won't be.
No.
Hopefully, I'll be able to see him. Because
but you'll still be able to say, there's your birthday present.
Yeah.
There's your Father's Day present. So exactly. You've still got 3 months left to finish them, haven't you?
I'm not in a rush about that.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, I'm saying I'm not casting anything on, but this is where people now will go, oh, have you seen the pattern for such and such? And we both go, oh, hang on a minute. Oh, let me cast it on.
Yes.
So anybody with any great patterns at the minute, please share.
Because we've got nothing else to do. So I did cast something on. I've only cast these on this morning. But like you, I bought the Mina Phillip, the Knitting Expat has just launched around the world in 8 socks. So it's an 8 pattern club, if you like. And she's done a vlog about it. The first sock starts in London, but they're obviously from around the world. That's where she's got her inspiration from. So this one is called the London socks.
I looked at them. Because I was torn as to whether to do that. I thought, no, because I know you were going to cast those on, so I thought it gives us something different to do.
Yes. So, and again, this is, I printed it all out. It's 9 pages. But she does say, oh yeah, I didn't know if it was, note for printing, instructions for stitch pattern are on page 4 and 5, instructions for cuff down page 6, toe up page 7, German short row heel page 8, and then she talks about modified heel flap adjustment instructions are on a separate PDF.
I love those sock patterns.
It's brilliant. So it's a 9, I printed it all out for the first one, but she says, you don't have to print it all out. If you're doing cuff down, if you're doing toe up, do this. How many sizes? There's loads of sizes. It goes from extra small to medium, medium to large, large and extra large. So she's got written instructions for every single one. So it's brilliant. I've only cast it on this morning, but it is really a really nice pattern. And I signed up for the pre-orders, and as part of and I don't know if it was just for the pre-orders or you get it anyway, but you get her vanilla sock pattern. She tells you about adjusting the heel flap for. There's so much in there. I paid £20 for the early bird for 8 patterns plus all of the other bits. That I thought was brilliant.
Because I bought a few of those, because I think that's the vanilla sock pattern's already in our thing anyway, because I bought a couple of hers, because when I started, I learned how to knit socks from Winnick Mum on the Winnick Mum thing.
Yes.
And then I wanted to do 2 at a time. And Mina on her Knitting Expat, she does loads of videos. And she does a vlog, and she shows you how to knit 2 at a time, and that's how I learned how to knit 2 at a time, because she was so careful in explaining how to do it in the way you turn your work and your yarn so you don't end up in a tangle. But yeah, that vanilla sock pattern is lovely, and she goes into so much detail of how to do it that it's really easy.
So I've just this morning cast them on, so
wow.
I'm doing them 2 at a time, but on my DPNs.
What colour are you putting them in?
Ooh, and I've just done the first, it's a 12-row repeat.
Is that our denim?
Yes.
That looks really nice, the tones in it. I like how it's picking it up on the...
The reason I'm doing it in this, and this denim, is because I needed to dye a pale purple, which I dyed beautifully. And then when I took it out, I realised it had got flecks of, I can't remember now, a different colour in it. So I've had to over dye it. So I don't know if I can't see the screen when I show that.
Purple in it.
You can see so it is our denim, but it's our denim on a pale purple base.
One of a kind, original.
It is, but it is our denim colourway. You just won't get the purple highlights. But I really, really like that texture.
What's the thing? Is there a reason why the pattern looks like that for the London pattern? Does she explain? Because it's quite a distinctive pattern, isn't it?
I mean, she might do, but
to me, it looks like all the different lines on the underground. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and there will be somewhere. I can't see it.
Not that it's a represent, but you know how all the lines are like, it goes like.
Yes. There must be something. It doesn't say on the pattern, but it might say on some of the things. But you're right, it does look. It just looks like a little bit of a maze or the underground, so. I just thought I just needed to get one repeat done, and I really, really like.
You look really nice.
Texture.
Like
so
texture. I was just nice. Yeah, nice. Really nice.
So I've got them both to the same point.
So did you say, can you do them either bottom up, top down?
Yeah. So she's done the same on different pages. Whether you want to do cuff down,
brilliant,
toe up. She's written it for both. And obviously the pattern's the same. You would reverse the pattern if you did it.
Yeah.
But it'd be the same pattern, but it would be reversed. So, yeah, I bought this when she released it at least a month ago. And of course, forgot all about it. And then the email popped up on the first to say, here's the first of the pattern. So I thought, well, I ought to get that. And I think, I'm sure it is, it's a monthly thing. I'm sure that's what she said. So March to November.
My birthday to your birthday. She must have known.
So I thought, I don't wear hand knitted socks. I knit them and keep them as
she's not right
art. I might as well just knit some more. But this is you can see, it is beautiful. But I don't know if you can, this is our high twist. And it's the first time I've knit with it. It's really nice to knit with.
Yeah.
Really nice to knit with. So 2 at a time, from a skein. Don't wind it. Don't split it. Don't waste your time.
Ignore her. What? I think that's a good link, though. That twist.
That wasn't the reason. It is a good link, but that wasn't the reason.
Sure. So we've got you can do the announcement because you noticed it, which is why she made me run up and down the stairs twice. She sniffed it again.
Let me just. That one's fallen off. I mean,
not drugs. It's just lavender.
It's so nice. Who doesn't like sniffing lavender?
So Dominique will tell you now why she made me run up and down the stairs quickly, twice. Yeah,
because we've reached 500 subscribers on our YouTube channel.
Thank you so much for subscribing.
It is. We were, I'll say stuck. We weren't trying to climb. But we had like 470, 480 for months. And then it would go up to like 484 and then it dropped down again. And then all of a sudden, we've just got new subscribers. So we thought we'd mark the occasion.
Exactly. So see, when you subscribe and you learn all these things, look at what happens. So this is an incentive if you haven't subscribed.
Yes.
You subscribe as well.
Because this is why we're a couple of minutes late starting today and why Marie was running up and down. Because Marie said, why don't we do a giveaway? Absolutely. So we're going to do a giveaway just on YouTube to celebrate this little community that we're building. Yeah. So don't comment now on the live things because I can't search to do the prize draw. So it does mean you don't have to go back and watch it again, but when it's uploaded, you need to just go and comment. So underneath, go on.
I was going to say, and sometimes it takes a while to upload. Sometimes you can see it uploaded before we can. But normally when I've put the new picture on of us two lunatics sat in our lovely backgrounds here as we are now back to normal and Dominique's not in a prison cell, then that's when you'll be able to go on and put your comments if you want.
Yes. So put in the comments, I'm a subscriber.
And you've got to be a subscriber.
You have to be a subscriber, but that I can search on a word or phrase. So you won't get in the prize draw if you don't put I'm a subscriber. So I'm a subscriber. And then what Marie was just saying a minute ago with all these cast-ons we've got, what would you knit or crochet with 100 grams of our wool? And the reason we're saying what would you knit with 100 grams of our wool, we're going to give away 100 grams of our high twist.
Yes.
And the winner, when you're picked, you can choose what colour you have.
So you can either have a solid colour or you can have it multicoloured.
It will be hand-dyed for you, whatever. If you want one of our colourways, pick away. But the choice is going to be yours. So I'm a subscriber. And what would you knit with 100 grams of 4-ply or crochet? And then I will do the draw. And then you get to choose what it becomes.
So we were really, I hadn't known, like Dominique says, yes, of course we do take a bit of a notice, but we're not obsessed by it,
No.
I had no idea how many. And it's weird because recently we've noticed as well that we've had a lot of Instagram followers, which is fantastic. It's lovely. It's wonderful that you want to subscribe and you want. To be fair, we don't, we're not obsessed by it, but it does make a difference to our searchability. Apparently, that's the main reason why people go, I need followers or whatever. We're not bothered by it, but that is the reason people do get a little bit obsessed by it. So it's fantastic that we, so subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and remember to put I am a subscriber. I like that. We need t-shirts, don't we? I am a subscriber. That'll be the t-shirt range we do later.
Sorry, I was listening to you, but Judith put being blue in a purple world, a new name for that colourway, and that's a colourway we can recreate. I really like that.
I do like that. I think you could go a little bit more purple as well, because you were trying to hide the purple, weren't you? Let's be honest, when you over-dyed it a bit.
Yes.
So we could leave it, yeah.
I really like it. So I've had to write that down. Being blue in a purple world.
I like that. And I love being purple in a blue world.
That is, yes. Thank you, Judith. We've stolen it. I'm sorry if you write it in the comments. We are going to steal it.
So I'll show you.
Judith's saying, will you be doing blue in a purple world? Yeah, I think we will.
Yeah,
Judith.
I think we will. Do you ever do sparkle minis? Sarah, you do know we do sparkle minis because they were in the advent calendar.
No, but we only do the micros, not minis. But we could.
Ah, of course. Yes, sorry. They were micros. Have we got any?
Yeah. We haven't got any sparkle minis, but yes, we can. If there's demand for them.
Definitely.
We definitely can.
Yes, we definitely can. So the purple that Dominique was trying to recreate.
Yes.
Is this purple here?
Yes.
We had a little bit of an issue with our bakery boxes this month.
Only with 2 of them.
Yeah, not a huge issue, but we ended up having to send another 2 out. So Dominique had to dye a couple of things up. And luckily, they've received both of them now. So
there was just a big delay with the courier. Everyone had got theirs but 2 people.
And it was the worrying comments that were on the what the courier, you can sort of see.
Or not the comments, just a big exclamation mark.
So we sent them out and it was all rectified. needless to say, we won't be using the courier again. We've been very, very lucky using them. You know, we've had a couple where one did go missing. It was sorted out. It was it wasn't with this.
And that was just before Christmas as well, when everything was a bit bonkers.
We have been very lucky, but we've sort of decided that, we probably pushed our luck a little bit too much now with it. So we're probably going to revert back to Royal Mail.
And actually,
now that we're allowed to be going out soon.
I was going to say, the reason we went to a courier is because, yes, it's part of our business, but do we want to be putting ourselves in? We don't, if we don't need to. But now things are opening up a bit more. We're going back to using the post office.
And I don't have like a post office. There's a shop in my village who, he's not a real post office. He sometimes does take postal little bits and pieces. He's not a true post office. So if I've got a lot of things, I would have to travel out in the, I'd have to go somewhere to do it. So that's why it was just a bit easier. So this is the purple, and the reason we brought these here is because we're going to add these colours to our solid range, because this is the mid colour. We do the pale colours, and then we do the like normal darker colours, or whatever. I don't know what I'm saying. So these are the three colours that were in the bakery box, and we are actually going to do them.
But we really liked them, didn't we?
Yeah. So we're going to do them. So it's a really nice purple colour. Really pretty, and then the petrol, so that's darker than the pale petrol but lighter than the normal.
You can it's on the high twist as well, you can see the twist on that as well.
And then this is the was this scarlet you did?
Scarlet,
but it's made a really nice sort of candy sugary, as I throw it on the keyboard, candy sugary pink, which again is a lot darker than the pale scarlet. But that is a lovely candy pink, and together we thought they were just summer.
Spring, summer, Easter, the Cadbury's cream eggs. Or
so the other thing that we wanted to know from you as well, because have a look at our solid colours that we've got. Now you can get them on 6 different bases. One of them is a 50 gram. There are some colours that are on the yak, which is slightly different because it's a completely different base.
Yes.
But if you have a look at the tonal solids, and if there's any colours that you look on there and think, oh, you're missing a whatever, let us know, and we can see if we can try and create some. It's hard for us because we do have colours we like and we don't like, if we're honest.
They are not my colours.
No,
I would not use them. I wouldn't knit with them, but I do really like them.
So have a look on we appreciate you doing this because, it's for you,
Yeah.
So have a look and go through all the tonal solid colours. And if there's a colour that stands out that it's like, we know we haven't really got an orange. We've got a nice orange that's on the yak.
Yes.
But have a look and see if there's any colours that you would like, and we'll try and see if we can do them, because we do want to add, now that we're doing sort of dyeing in a different way, we can do it this way.
And we might probably do kind of seasonal, because them colours we've just shown, we probably won't do come autumn, because most people are going to move into autumn winter colours. Yes. So, but we are, the way the pandemic's changed our business, we are able to be more seasonal and kind of
dye to order in some respects, but in a much quicker way than.
But bring colours in
3 weeks.
Bring colours in, like, because it's what we're all feeling at the minute, and then move away. We'll find different things to autumn winter, because we all, I'm sure, although we've got our own colour palettes, you do tend to change what you're knitting. So
Dominique and I are completely different in our colour choices, which works well, because there's some things that I would dye and Dominique wouldn't dye at all, and vice versa. Usually both end up going, oh, I really like that after it's done. So there may be some colours that we are missing out on. So if there is something that you think, oh, I would really like such and such colour, let us know. And if you've got a colour swatch even, you know, if it's a particular colour you're after,
Yeah.
We can do that as well.
But yes, we do have a mustard. We have a rich, darker mustard that's on the yak, and a more yellowy mustard that's on the other bases.
Yeah, mustardy colour. But again,
yeah,
a particular shade that you think we're missing out on in a colour range, let us know, and we'll.
And particularly the spring colours, because although we've got our pales, we've never really done them mid.
No,
tones, have we?
Very pale or dark. Yeah,
and this is what the bakery boxes has given us the chance to do. We've kind of started with a theme and then gone, well, what are we going to dye? And as we put them together, the bakery box for the one that's just gone out, which Marie's put a picture on social media, just if anyone's not seen them. We loved them.
I think we only have, for the next month's one, I think we only have about 2 or 3 boxes left. We're really low on it, so there's not many left. So if you want one of those, as I say, it's the last one. So
yes,
Judith, if you're not careful, you'll end up with a job, because it's usually me that ends up thinking of the names, because I get the wool and I dye it, and then I'm thinking, oh, what am I going to put on it? And if Dominique,
well, it's normally we wait till it's caked, because you can pick a name for a yarn in a skein, a solid, obviously that's fine, but when you cake it, it changes. So we tend not to name them till they're caked, and Marie does all of that at the minute, because I dye them and Marie cakes them.
If I'm stuck, sometimes I'll say to Dominique, what do you think of this? But normally I just get on with it. But the more we do, the worse. Sometimes I try and go down a theme. I'll get one theme in my head and then I'm off. But other times it can be really difficult. So if you're not careful, Judith, you'll end up with a job.
Yeah.
And I have gone down like looking at makeup and lipstick colours and things, and because it is.
Some name themselves.
Exactly. Some you just look at and think, I know exactly what that is. And then others, I'm like Googling like different colour combinations together. Is it a plant? Is it an animal? Is it a thing? Yeah. So a cobalt blue. Yeah. That would be nice. Again, if you've got a specific colour, try and take us because what your idea of a cobalt blue and mine, I know there is a specific cobalt blue.
Yes.
It's nice to know if, you can take something like a snapshot of it and just send us it in a message. That'd be perfect.
Yes.
But so yes, to Sarah's question, yes, if people want minis in sparkle, we can. So if plenty of people said to us, could you do us minis in sparkle? Then we could order some and do them.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't put the minis on the website, apart from in bundles. In bundles that we've got, only because it is very, very, very time consuming. I did contemplate putting them on as an option for each colour, but again, it's not as easy dyeing one single.
It alters the colour.
Yeah. So
but if you see minis, if you see one of the sets of minis and you think, I really like 3 of them, but I don't like another 2, and you really only want 2 or 3 minis, drop us a message, because we can put them together.
If you don't want 5, just let us know. Anything you want and you don't see on the website, just message us.
Yeah.
The worst that we're going to say is no.
No, we can't do it.
Do you know what I mean? It's not like we're going to, you don't get charged anymore. It's not like we class it as a custom order. If you ask for something, we don't charge any more for doing a custom order. We just make Dominique work harder. That's all we do. And
last weekend we were really busy with orders, and the sun was out. I was in the shed. I mean, everyone seems to shop at a weekend, which I do thank you for, because I always work in the week. So if we get an order during the week, I have to come home from work and dye it. But touch wood, that's not happening. You've all shopped at the weekends. So you know what I'm like. I've got the sport on, whatever it is, on the radio.
And nobody there. She's happy.
And I am just playing, and every now and again you make mistakes and you get being blue in a purple world is born, but that's what happens sometimes. So set me a challenge. I do like a challenge.
You're saying you want Harlequin in sparkle, is that what you mean? if we do get plenty of people, you know, we can add a key.
Yeah.
We can add a kilo in. It's not a problem. I mean, it may be we can add them in as soon as we've got them. I'll let you know.
Yes.
Judith has come up with a lovely colour name, Swamp Water. I mean, Judith, that is sometimes the colour that comes out of the water in the dye pan. You sometimes create that thing. What have I done? Now we know we can have it, can't we?
Yeah.
Swamp water.
Swamp water. That's what we're going for.
Disasters. Swamp water. What is it? Oh, it's another swamp water. It doesn't look like the last one. Well, it changes every time you do it because it's swamp water. There you go. That's got it covered now, Dominique.
Perfect.
Yes, Sarah would like those in sparkle. Right. So when we do another order, we'll put a.
We'll get some. Yeah.
No. What I mean, we're all.
Have you got anything? I've got something to show.
Well, I've got all my jumpers, but I'll leave those for another time because you know we've been on over an hour, haven't we? So I can leave those for another time when we haven't got anything to talk about.
Well, I just wanted to show the third instalment of my Beaches and Birdsong nature trail.
Did we ever find out how much they cost?
Yes, because this next quarter's just been released.
Right.
£21 for 3 months.
Good.
And it's 20 gram minis.
Yeah.
But it's £5.50 postage. So it's £26.50 for 6 minis. So first of all, you'll be pleased to know you always get a sweet treat. And this is chocolate, so I can't eat it, so I can show you it.
Kinder.
So you've got a little, normally I much prefer sweets because I'm a child, but I can't eat that because of Lent, so that's still there to show you. You get a little, I thought I'd lost it. You get a little stitch marker.
Oh, that's
a little leaf.
Is it sparkly?
No, it's not, but it's
hitting it. Oh yes, I can see. You can see the leaf veins on it. Nice.
So, and then these are hyacinth and gorse.
I can see that. Very nice.
So that is. I've got the other. So this is the 6 that were December, January, and February. Must be January, February, March.
Oh, you get all. So that's the 3 that you've had already.
So these are the 3 that I've had.
Really nice, and they all go together. Nice.
They're beautiful. So yeah, she's completely confused me because she's in that it says February, and I kept thinking it's not, it's March. But it's just got the wrong date. And then she just talks about it being inspired by a walk she took through a forest, down to a beach. Incredibly muddy, fine, giant puddles, and then gorse bushes and hyacinths. So I've spoken about this on the podcast before, and then we were saying knit and natter. I actually ordered this in December. So this yarn that came through on Monday or Tuesday was free.
Yes,
really, wasn't it? Because I've not bought it.
Exactly.
So I am tempted to get the next quarter's 3 as well, just because I really like them. They're nice colours. So, but that's Beaches and Birdsong. So yes, I do know because it's just been released for the next quarter, and it's including postage to the UK, £26.50.
It's taken us 4 months to find out how much they cost, hasn't it?
I know. Well, I struggled because I've got 2 or 3 Etsy accounts, not intentionally, and I couldn't find which one I'd bought it on. Years ago, I sold on Etsy,
yes, yeah, you had that.
I've got that. That's why. So
I was looking on Ravelry, and I've got about 3 different accounts. How the heck have I managed to do? I think I've obviously forgotten my password and couldn't work it out and couldn't receive it again, so I just created another one. And I can only get on 2 of them because I have no idea what the other one is. So I'm just, who knows what's on there. I don't think there was much on. So yes, so that's they'll look really nice, really nice colours.
So I am this weekend. I think I'm going to just have a look. So the 120 grams just have a look to see what patterns are out there, because they're really they're kind of spring-like. So it'd be nice to use them now. I don't know what I'm going to use them in, but yeah, I'm going to have a look. So they've been really nice. So I've got my Zick Zack. I've got them socks that I've just cast on. There'll be another cast on at some point, I'm sure, but it was a bit of a rush before today to get my jumper cast off, and I've not thought about anything else. So
if you could see the state that my dog is laid in by the side of me, it's hilarious. I mean, he's just laid on his back with all legs up in the air. Dear, dear. But I do. Oh, Sarah wants them to go with the pantaloons. That's good then. So I've got my jumpers here, but I think I'll save those for another time when we, when we're running low on things to talk about, and I can go through those.
You can put one on every week, like me. Just go through them.
I could put one on every week. I could put one on every week. I'm getting a bit warm now. The weather's getting warm now. We need more cool weather probably. So don't forget, I'm a subscriber.
I've said I'm, and you've said I am, and then you've just said I'm.
Oh,
so I think I'm I''M a subscriber, because it just makes it easier for searching. Yes. And then what pattern would you use for 100 grams of high twist 4-ply? And then you can pick your pattern with the colours in mind, because
yes, exactly.
We'll dye it to order to your specifications. You can have what you like.
Yeah. You can choose.
Yeah.
Swamp water, if that's your choice.
Swamp water. I can dye up being blue and purple world.
Purple in a blue world. What is it?
Being blue in a purple world.
Being blue in a purple world.
I like that. So I'll get some of that dyed up so we can get it into the shop.
I'd be purple in a blue world. Personally, me. I'd rather be purple in a blue world than blue in a purple world.
Well,
but it is blue in a purple world.
Yeah. It is, definitely. So yeah, I'll get that done. So we can get in the shop as soon as we can.
Anybody got any burning questions they want to ask us before I make Dominique put a board up?
No, I was just making sure I'd not made any other notes. I've just realised I've got 2 jumpers that I've looked at that are just there waiting for me to think about whether I'm buying them or casting them on. But well, I think I'm going to have a weekend, not a weekend off knitting, but it's my short weekend. I'm not going to do a great deal. It's going to take me all weekend to weave in all the ends and block the jumper. So that's going to be my focus.
Did you not do Weaving Stevens?
I did, but I still find you need to go in and so yes, they are. I do weave them in as I knit them, but I still like to go and secure them. So
you sound like a song, Judith. In my head I keep singing, I'm a subscriber. Yeah, exactly. It's like, it's funny, when our doorbell goes, it's the most annoying doorbell, but I have to have it because if I sit in the other room, I can't hear if anybody's at the door. And it's really loud. In fact, I'm amazed it hasn't gone off. It usually goes off. But every time it goes off, all it sounds like to me is, all I sing in my head is, danger, danger, Power Ranger. That's all I get in my head. So I'm going to the door singing, danger, danger, Power Ranger, because it's just those notes. And one of these days I'm going to open the door to somebody and they'll be going, hello, yes, can I help you? So that's
danger,
danger, Power Ranger. I need to change it because it is.
I was going to say, have you got another tune it can play?
Yes, there's about 5,000 million.
That's not Jingle Bells.
It's just stupid ones. I gave up because David was going, which one do you want? I went, just I've heard enough, just that one will do. But now
it's the wrong one then.
And because it plays 3 times. So they press it once and it goes, danger, danger, Power Ranger, 3 times. But then because they can't hear it, because it's like silent at the door, they press it again. So it's like, oh, I'm coming to the door. Danger, danger. I mean, it doesn't even make sense, does it?
Well, I thought that was the theme tune to Power Rangers.
Is it the theme tune to Power Rangers?
I've no idea. I never used to watch Power Rangers. That's why I assumed that's what you were singing it.
It's danger, danger. That's all I can hear.
But why do you have Power Ranger?
Power Ranger goes with danger, doesn't it? And that's the word. It's like that's the syllables. Power Ranger. And each time you need to press the button now, and you'll hear it, and then it'll all be in your head like an earworm.
Can you not just have danger, danger, the Lone Ranger?
No, because it's got an extra syllable in it, doesn't it? It's danger, danger, Power Ranger.
Yeah, but the lone.
It
Ranger.
doesn't go in the
way it goes.
The way it goes. Power fits perfectly. Anyway,
oh dear.
if you've all fallen asleep now, we're very sorry. I don't think there's anybody wants to ask any questions, so I think it is time to say goodbye.
Goodbye. See you all next week.
Thank you so much for joining us as usual, and we will see you next week.